Ready, set, we're off. Oh no. Okay. Are we live? We'll do it live. Mike? Guys, this is my real New Year's resolution to do an actual podcast in my car. The best part about this is I'm using a lapel mic in my car. And I'm going to be driving in traffic. But you know, usually lapel mics... I'm also chewing gum. Why am I chewing gum? Give me 1 second. Oh, wait. I need to... Okay, I put the gum down. Usually I have the lapel mic... Well, a lapel mic, if you didn't know, is something that goes on your collar. So you don't have to use your hands to hold it. But the good thing about my lapel mic is the collar broke. So now I have to hold it, which kind of defeats the purpose. I just saw 2 of the youths walking to school on my way to work because I'm a grown man. I hope the audio does not suck on this, but for some reason I keep forgetting to do my podcasts, and so I thought, hey, it takes about 45 minutes to get to work. A Poopcast, sponsored by Long Transaction and Dell Computers, is about 45 minutes. What was I going to talk about today? I actually had nothing planned to talk about. Oh, I was supposed to record the visuals. There's a woman walking and doing arm circles. Now I have... You know what? This might actually be more interesting. Now I have things to talk about. You know what I should get? I should get a dash cam. Actually, no, that might dox myself. I don't want to do that. I should get a dash cam. What I should really get is the thing for this lapel mic so I don't have to hold it, because I'm going to be driving one-handed. Don't do that, kids. We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers. Oh my god, a dog. On the main channel, which the meme is that I will delete my channel. I don't know why, because that's a meme that PewDiePie used when he said he'd reach 50 million. He'd said he'd delete his channel, and people thought he was serious. And then he actually deleted his second channel, which he created as a meme. So he's the true meme lord in all of this. And I'm just kind of imposter. I don't even have a second channel to delete. I could delete this channel, but I don't really want to do that. So this meme, if I had to review it, I would give it like maybe like a 3-star. 3-star out of 10. Maybe like a 3 stars out of 7. 3-star out of 10 is kind of harsh. That's what I'd give really bad pizza. I had really bad pizza the other day. It was margarita pizza, but they didn't put any sauce on it. So then it was just cheese on bread. And the cheese wasn't even melted. And that was a 3-star out of 10. I wouldn't even give them the stars. I would just say 3 out of 10. I watched a video this morning because if you did not know, Team of the Year for FIFA 19 is out. And Team of the Year is when, if I had to explain this to a child, it'd be like when you had, if you were playing with kittens, and then they released a bunch of special kittens who were really fun to play with. That would be Team of the Year. Speaking of kittens, the woman in front of me has a crazy cat lady bumper sticker. Why'd you admit to that? Unless that's also ironic. Maybe everything is a meme. I only speak in memes. I only speak for the trees. I need to figure out how I can drive. I really wish I didn't break this. The thing is, I broke it because I was keeping it in my car and it was really cold. And then, because it was so... You can't even hear me, can you? Because it was so cold, dadgummit, this sucks. We'll do it live. It was so cold that it broke the metal. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Team of the Year is like a bunch of cats. And so these cats, there are only 3 of the cats available, and the chances of getting a cat, it's probably like less than 0.5%. Maybe, yeah. No, I wouldn't even say 1%. Maybe 0.5% of getting a cat. And like, it's cool because you get the cat and he's worth a lot, so you could sell him like you're a breeder. But for the most part, you're just gonna keep the cat anyway, so it doesn't matter. what does it what you know, you know what I should do? This is what happens when I'm driving. Stimulation just causes my mind to do things. I should instead of just having a blank screen, I should either post random Fortnite gameplay in the background or videos of me like kicking a soccer ball. Those are the only two options. Those are the only things we can go with. I should get a special guest on this podcast. That would be funny. Just using one mic. Oh, you know something? I usually listen to podcasts instead of doing a podcast while driving to work. I was listening to a David Dobrik podcast because I think he's really interesting. Like, in terms of YouTube, I've seen a shift in YouTube. Not gaming related, but more talking about Fortnite or what? Not gaming related, but more about Fortnite. No, not Fortnite or FIFA, because the shift seemed to be it was Call of Duty, then it was FIFA, then it was Fortnite. Maybe there was something in between that I didn't. PUBG sort of, but not in the FIFA Fortnite community and the gaming community. I'm talking more about in like real life videos, I guess, because it used to be vlogs. Vlogs were huge. I don't know if people still vlog and if that gets views, but I think that is a thing. But I'm talking more about it has shifted. While driving on the highway while trying to do a podcast is kind of scary. It has shifted into reaction videos, which I like. I actually think they're really funny. And for the most part, that's like the main content that I consume on the YouTube. It is just people watching videos and making fun of them. I'm glad I'm doing this podcast because I'm looking at the traffic right now and I know I'm about to just sit in a car for like 30 minutes. And normally there's only so much yelling I can do. So usually I like to watch those videos and I like to see people make fun of other people. But I was thinking about how that's actually not too hard. Like with the reason that I always wanted to do more creative videos on YouTube where it's like I make my own sketch or something like that. But number one, it's kind of difficult to come up with that by yourself. And number two, they don't get that many views because people don't want like a random surprise every time. They want something that they're kind of accustomed to. So that's why FIFA's good because it gives you something to always work with. It's not like you have all the work on your shoulders. You don't have to be creative yourself. You can kind of react to something. You're reacting to the gameplay. Whereas with someone like David Dobrik, I don't know how he's doing it, but he's very creative because he has to create all these scenes every day, basically. It does help that he has a bunch of people to do things so then he can react to that, and he lives in Los Angeles and he goes to a lot of parties and stuff like that. So he has the stuff to work with. It's not like he's having to create all these sketches or something like that, but I would say it's much more difficult than what I do. But anyway, he said something interesting on his podcast, which was people on YouTube don't look for movies. He was saying that someone like Martin Scorsese or these really big directors like Clint Eastwood, they wouldn't be successful on YouTube. They were talking about Jack Black because he started a YouTube channel and it was just like a vertical video and he got 1 million subscribers. But I need to put my gum somewhere. That's a great spot, right on my candy bar. But he was saying that people on YouTube go for bad but good enough because it's like it's almost amateur videos but higher quality amateur videos, because you could just go look at your friends' Instagram posts if you wanted just really amateur like pictures and stuff like that, or like Instagram comedy, but instead it's like Instagram videos and popular YouTube videos are your friend who gives a little bit extra work and is a little bit more creative. I really hate a lot of Instagram comedy, and I think it's funny how bad some of it is. But that's funny that I'm thinking about that because I did once like a reaction to Lele Pons Instagram or YouTube comedy videos, and they were just so terrible and not funny. But the thing is, I know they had a budget, like they had a big budget because they work with a big production company. But I always wondered, why do they do such a bad job? And that, what David said made me think. I said David like I know him. Yeah, what my good pal Dave said. You know, Dave from the block and Jenny. Well, what he said made me think maybe they intentionally do that, because if you intentionally keep it kind of low production, that game's at 9? Okay. If you intentionally keep it low production, then people are more accustomed to it, and they're not expecting something extravagant every time. Because if you do it one time where you have a really, really high production video and it's like almost a movie and it's cinematic, then if they do like that more, which I pretty much think people would enjoy that more, then you would have to do that the next time, and that means more money, and that means more investment. And YouTube is, I think Rob mentioned this in the comments. I think it was Rob, I don't know, but he was saying how like Nick the Foot Trader guy, run the foot market, he just posts, like, he doesn't edit his videos at all. He does a Twitch live stream, then he edits, or he doesn't edit, but he chops up the live stream like Ninja or like these Fortnite streamers do, and then he just puts it on YouTube. So he gets revenue from Twitch because he has a bunch of viewers on Twitch, and Twitch makes it very easy to export your videos, or at least parts of your stream, into a file, and then you just upload that file to YouTube. And I mean, I don't blame them for doing that, because that is way easier, but I hate the thought that none of my work, not saying that I do a ton of work, but I do more work than that. None of the editing or like the slight creativity that I do matters. And to be honest, I don't think it really does. Like what I mentioned last podcast, the diminishing returns that you get from the time spent. What is this? I think I ramble more when I'm in traffic, because I'm trying not to get hit by a car. Did you guys know it's actually physically impossible to multitask? You know, it'd be great if I were not recording. I need to check this. How do I check this? Nope, I'm definitely recording. We've been going for 13 minutes strong. Hell yes, boys. This is the best podcast ever. Let me know in the comments if you like the sometimes when I don't podcast for a while, things build up in my head, and then I get on the podcast, and then I just spew it out like a teenage girl. That's offensive to teenagers. This is more like I didn't have anything built up, but it's stimulation. I'm like a cat. Someone at work said I was like a cat, and I thought, that's such a strange comparison. We were comparing everyone to animals, but he's like, yeah, you're definitely a cat. And I thought, so I lick myself? You're not supposed to see that. So I lick my... You're not supposed to see that. I put out a tweet. So today is Tuesday, January 7th. 1 week ago is the new year. Wow, that's weird. Time goes by so quickly. You know what I've realized? When you're younger, time does not go by very quickly. And as you get older, time goes by at a much faster rate. I think it's actually science. Because I can remember, the thing I do at work is we set tasks for future dates. And so I started this job in March. There's a guy on a motorcycle looking at me because I'm holding a lapel mic. What do I do here? Do I throw the lapel mic at him? Do I ask for a quick interview? A quick game for a quick kiss? Guys, he's coming right next to me. Wait, can I keep in front of him? Okay, nope. I wonder if for some reason I'm always scared that people will find out about my YouTube or like a podcast I do, because I'm very, very self-conscious, not self-confident, the opposite. And so if someone was like, what are you doing? I don't know, this is just a random scenario that I'm playing out in my head that will never happen. But the random scenario goes like this. I'm driving, we're stuck in traffic. I look to my right, the person in my right looks to my left. They roll down their window. I, for some reason, have to roll down mine. Oh gosh, the motorcycle guy. Is it a guy or a girl? That's not even a motorcycle, that's a scooter. Sir, you're on the highway. That is so dangerous. There's no way that thing can go 65. But then, yeah, we roll down our windows and they go, "What are you doing?" And I go, no, I'm just talking to my mom on the phone with the lapel mic. Better audio quality. And then I roll up the window and then I drive away. I don't know why I'm so scared. One time someone asked me, I don't know why I did this, but it was very out of character. Someone asked if I had like a YouTube channel, and then I said yes. And they're like, "Oh, really? Do you post videos?" And then I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, how many people watch your video?" I said, it was probably like 8,000. And they're like, "Whoa, 8,000?" This was a couple months ago. It was probably like 6 months ago. I didn't even finish my story about the tasks. Okay, so I set tasks for future dates, and usually these are like 3 or 4 months in the future. And I remember I set one, and then the end date was like December 12th, and this was probably like June or July, and I thought, that is so far from now. Wow. I'm going to remember this when I get there. And then that day went by and nothing happened, and I was just like, oh, it's another day. So anyway, the person who I told that I had like 8,000 subscribers, it was him and then some other guy was listening in, and they like freaked out, and they're like, "That's so many people." And in my head I thought, you know what, to have 8,000 people watch me, that is kind of weird. Like the Carlos Tevez video I just posted has 20,000 views. That is double the amount of people who normally watch my videos. And it's funny because with the review, you get so many people who just dislike the video if you don't say what you're supposed to say, which is what they want to hear. Also, that video I was kind of complaining a lot because I was having a bad FIFA day. But people always... I could only say good things about FIFA, and I could only do like 5-0 gameplays in every video, and Carlos Tevez scores all the goals, and I'm like, this card's amazing, this is what you do. And it might help slightly in the dislike ratio, because I did get kind of a lot of dislikes on that video. But for the most part, I think I've said this in a video before, if you're doing a review, people are going to dislike it no matter what you say. Just because people like to dislike things. That's funny. I've never thought about that. People like to dislike things. That could be a rap. Yesterday I got home, and this is why I said it was Tuesday, January 7th. Yesterday was Monday. And normally I post a video, but Mondays and Tuesdays are usually the off days. If I ever do an off day, it's a Monday or a Tuesday, because the way my schedule works out is Wednesday is this is, oh my god, this is the last video all over again where I went through my schedule. I don't know if people like that. That was just quality time with LT as he fixes his schedule. Wednesdays, player review. Thursdays, pack opening, player review. Friday, player review potentially, but usually a live stream. Saturday, live stream. Sunday, usually a live stream. Oh, this is weird. I didn't even realize it. Because I forgot to redeem my Weekend League token, I didn't post a video on Saturday. Oh, I did on Sunday, though. Okay, so it's just Saturday. Which is actually more than I usually do, because usually I don't post on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I just do live streams. I don't know how I feel about live streams. I still can't figure it out. Because whenever I go to work, I will always... Well, I won't always, but I tend to put on a Twitch live stream in the background just so I can listen to it. I gotta switch lanes here, boys. Oh, yes. Hell yes. That was a great one. Don't you love when there's a truck and you can just use the truck as a screen, like in basketball, and then you get in front of the cars? But I get to work and I put on a Twitch live stream in the background, and I think, oh, this would be so awesome. Because the thing I really get into is if you take something 100% seriously. So Twitch live streams, and just like YouTube in general, if you're not going to take it seriously, for me, this is just my personal opinion, it's not as fun. Because I don't know why, but when I first started YouTube, or when I wanted to start YouTube, I thought, it sounds just cool to say, oh, I need 3 hours to get this done. I don't know, like, that's such a stupid thing that I still think in my head. I don't know, I don't think it's cool, but I don't know. Maybe it is cool to say to people, but to say I need 3 hours to get this done, because I think the problem was I would kind of just waste my day before YouTube, and I would just not do anything. I would just play video games. I would play video games, but I wouldn't do like constructive creativity stuff. I would just kind of for lack of a better term, dick around. And so YouTube was like the way that I was going to be more creative in a structured manner. And I thought it would be cool to be like, yeah, I need 3 hours to do this. The first YouTube video I ever did, FIFA video. So this was the same day I got the used Elgato from some kid for $60. That Elgato served me until like last January, which was pretty good. That was like 3 years of use, maybe 2.5 years, and he probably had it before that. But I got the Elgato. I don't think there are a lot of stories on this podcast I've told multiple times. This one I do not believe I ever did. So I bought the Elgato. I went home. I didn't have any real space to do it because I think I was was I about to go? Oh yeah, it was the year between my freshman and sophomore year of college. So I was about to go back to college. I was still at home for the summer break. And that is so weird. Holy crap. So much time has gone since then. So I was about to go back. I get the Elgato, I go home. It's in because I bought it used, I didn't have all the boxes and everything. It's just in like a Walmart plastic bag. And I look at all the cables and I have no idea what any of them do. And it's like it's like 2 HDMI cables, a USB cord, and then the Elgato itself. And so I plug everything in and I try to figure out how it goes. But if you've ever used an Elgato, you know that the ins and outs of like where there's one HDMI that connects to the box to the TV, and one to the box and then to the console, and it's kind of hard to figure out if you don't always know. So anyway, I think I was using the wrong cords to connect, and it wasn't working. And my immediate thought was I just got scammed out of $60. So then I had to YouTube it, and then I figured it out, and then it was working, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And the setup at that time was, I think I had a blue microphone, but I'm not actually. No, I didn't. I didn't have the blue microphone yet. I had a USB audio box, or what is it? ProSonus audio box, which I still have, and which is actually pretty good, and it was cheap for an audio interface at the time. It still is cheap. It's even cheaper now. So I had that. Then I had an XLR cable connected to my condenser microphone, which was. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was a condenser microphone that was pretty nice. Because, like I've said before, I had so many supplies from me recording music videos that all the audio was actually pretty good. The audio was not a problem. But then I was using a 2012 camera, which I used that camera for over a year. That camera was so bad. It's so bad. I don't know why I was using that. I was really broke. I think part of that is charming to look back on, because now I don't use it for my videos, but I have like a $300 DSLR, which I've used before. I have like a $70 webcam. It's cheaper than that now, but it was like $60 when I bought it, and it's like 1080p. And then I have a really nice Elgato, and I have a green screen that I made, and all these things, and I like a computer dedicated towards this. And then I look back at that, and it was almost more fun because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was recording all of the audio and the gameplay on my computer, on my laptop, which part of the reason why I think that laptop, like, it was a brand new Mac, what do you call it? MacBook, but it's like the MacBook Air, yeah. And like that computer still works and I still use it, but it was not as good as it was supposed to be, considering how much it was, unless Apple just does that where it's an old product so they slow it down somehow. But I only use that computer now for making music, which is kind of like, that's cool to have. The setup now, I say setup, the setup for my life. So I don't know why this is, but I like to have dedicated, this guy just cut me off. How dare you? I should honk just for the podcast. Honk for podcast? How many other people, there are probably, I don't know, rough estimate, 3,000 other people commuting right now on this highway? Maybe 4,000, I don't know, maybe more. How many other people do you think are podcasting? Am I unique? This is something I always like, this is a game I always like to play. I'm telling you guys, I think I'm a weirdo. I always try to think, is there anyone else doing this? I actually had an idea for a website about this. It would be, also, if someone makes this website, can you please just put my name in the bottom right corner? Because I think this would actually work. If you also want to create the website and I give you $5, so then I own the website and can put advertisements on it and you can be your name in the bottom left corner, please let me know. Any website developers out there? App developers? Anybody? I tried to learn app development and I sucked. I couldn't do it. Like, I gave up. I even bought a $15 online course and I never used it. But, oh yeah, anyway, my idea was, I always think it's cool to be like, is there anyone else doing this? And so, what if you had an app that allowed you to write right now? For example, I would go in that app and I would write, currently I am in traffic recording a podcast. And then if you're doing the same thing, you would just upvote it, or you would comment or something. I don't know how it would work, but you would somehow indicate, hey, I'm also doing the same thing. So then it's like you're not unique. But it's not just, it has to be weird things. It can't be like, right now I'm pooping, because, oh wow, so is someone else. It's almost like it's a bodily function. No, it has to be something unique. That is my idea. Sharks. I would like a $100 million buy-in. I don't watch Shark Tank that much. I used to have a class where we would watch Shark Tank. You know, school is such a waste of time, man. So many hours I spent in school not doing anything productive. Just sitting there, quarantined. Eingesperrt. Right now I am in traffic, recording a podcast, and sometimes speaking German. I'm running out of ideas to talk about. We're nearing my destination. At least now, I will always, not always, but I will almost always go 40 minutes, because part of the thing is when I'm, oh, actually, hold on. This is a question. If you've made it this far, for some reason, couple questions. Should I post these on Spotify? Because I have a DistroKid, which is like a way to get your thing on Spotify, but I use it for I didn't see that guy. I use it for my music. I wonder if I can upgrade to a like superior plan to have multiple accounts or something like that. So then I could have one and I could release the podcast on there. I don't like to invest in things with money, because I don't think it's always the best option. Like, if I knew that Spotify would help people listen to this, then I would be like, oh sure, heck yes. I just want people to listen to the podcast, have a good old time. I don't mind paying like an extra $10 a month or something like that, because I think it is $10 a month, or maybe it's not. But if it's like it helps no one, if anything, it's just like someone's like, yeah, that'd be nice to have, and then they never use it. Like me with the with that app development course, I'll be like, oh yeah, heck yes, I definitely use that. Then never used it. I don't know. I need to look into that. So many things I need to do. That's what being an adult sucks, because you have a bunch of things to do. And I don't want to do it. I just want to sit in my underpants and play video games. But instead, I have to go to work and like comb my hair. For a couple days there, I didn't comb my hair at all. And then I looked in the mirror yesterday and I was like, I look like a homeless man, and I'm at a work job. So then I had to comb my hair this morning. I still don't. My New Year's resolution is to shower more often. I don't know why. This is very weird. But for about, I don't know, 7th grade? Yeah, let's say 7th grade until maybe like last August? More like last September, maybe? So that's probably like 9 or 10 years. I showered every day. I mean, there were a couple days I missed, but I don't think I went more than 2 days without showering. I would shower every day. I would like comb my hair and condition. I was very particular about showering, and I liked showering. And then some reason, in September 2018, I stopped showering. Not like I never showered again, but I would go like 3 or 4 days between showers. I wouldn't shower that consistently. Every week, I would normally shower 7 times. I would shower like twice. I don't know why. It's just become, this guy's just not gonna change lanes, is he? You freaking idiot. Go! That was very dangerous. This man would not merge. He's probably old because he's driving a Cadillac. And oh no, he's getting into the middle lane now. I thought he was gonna stay in the far right lane. I've been in the far right lane this whole podcast. Did you guys hear my little toy car honk? My car is so not intimidating with its horn. It sounds like oh, you know what I want to talk about. So the 10K music video, if you didn't know, I'm making a 10K music video because that's what we do here. We go up into new heights with subscribers, and we drop a diss track on ourselves or something like that. Last time it was February. This time it's going to be January. 5,000 subscribers in 1 year. Take that, PewDiePie. But I was trying to find a costume because I invested in this. This is a big event for me. So I invested. I spent like a month worth of YouTube earnings on this video. But I went to a 5 and Below where I did the catfish video, and I found a shirt. Well, I couldn't find a shirt. I couldn't find anything for my costume, which I will not disclose. But then I went, changing lanes, boys. Then I went to a place called Party City, USA, which is a store that has it's the most amazing store I think I've ever seen. It has just a bunch of costumes and like random attire for parties, and it's very expensive unless you find the deals discount place. And I found the deals discount place. Oh, did I? And so I went kind of crazy and bought a bunch of stuff. And then I went to, then I was trying to go for a specific look. And so my sister was with me, and I said, how do I get like a F-boy look? I gotta change lanes. And she's like, oh, what? An F-boy look? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for an F-boy look. Should I go to Hollister? Because I wanted like some pants and some jacket that made me look like I lived in Los Angeles. And she goes, Hollister? Why would you? What year is it? 2006? I don't understand this joke because I don't know what Hollister is. Hollister is just like a clothing company to me in California. So that's why I said that. And she goes, well, no, you should go to Forever 21. And I thought, Forever 21? I thought that place is really expensive. And apparently it's not. And she just kept laughing at the fact that I thought Forever 21 was expensive, which makes me think that would be probably like if I was talking to someone and then they're like, yeah, I need to buy something, but I don't want to spend that much. And I said, oh, you should just go to Walmart, and then they're like, Walmart, that's way too expensive. And then I said, Walmart's expensive. No, it's not. Um, so yeah, Party City. I found the reason I'm thinking about this is because I found a clown horn, and it sounded like sometimes you have a particular sound in your head, and then you find the object that's supposed to create that sound, and it doesn't match up. This matched up so well. It's like if you went to any video ever made, and then there's just always one sound for the clown horn, and this was that sound, and it was a clown horn, and I had it in the flesh, and it was awesome. I didn't buy it though, but I bought some spectacular stuff, and I think this video, if this video does not get 10,000 more subscribers by itself, I'm gonna end my channel. It's been a meme thus far about ending my channel, but I'm telling you right now, if this particular video does not get 10,000 subscribers by itself, definitely gonna end the channel. Sometimes I want to. I think it'd be cool because our world is so like you post everything on social media, and it's funny because it's not a job for me, but like I don't know, you could say it's a part-time job. I have to put this on my tax that I made any money from YouTube, but it's something notable, I guess, that I have been on YouTube. Why is this? Sometimes I see license plates and they make no sense. This one says one button. What does that mean? One button? Is it Warren Buffett? No. I don't get it. So there's a musician, James Vincent McMorrow. Wait, is that him? James Vincent McMorrow. And he I think it's so funny because usually I think of an artist who they have to post whenever they're doing anything related to their music, and it's like in the studio, and it's an Instagram post, and it's like, oh, they're working on something. And so when you keep seeing these posts and then they release something, you're like, oh, well, that's not surprising because they keep posting about how they're going to post, which is a weird flex, but okay. So then when the album drops, you're not that surprised. But James Vincent McMorrow does something that I thought would be cool, and what I always wanted to do, which he just like goes to a cabin in the woods and then records his music. It doesn't make any sense. Like why that would be so cool. How does going to a cabin, I guess you're more focused, but it's not like the actual going to the cabin doesn't affect you at all. But it's something like, I think it has to go back with, I'm so interested in going 100% and being committed to something, and that is the ultimate active commitment to making an album. You're like, I'm gonna lock myself in a cabin in the woods and make a album, and then he does it, and like that's just what he does. He just goes into a cabin in the woods to record his music, and I go into my parents' basement and record music. Yeah, we're nearing the end. What? Sometimes people... What is wrong with this person? They just drove up really close to me. Are they going to pass me? Because I don't understand why you're in such a rush when there's nowhere to go. You're driving what are you driving? A Chevrolet? That makes no sense. It's a van. It's not a Chevrolet. It's probably a Chrysler. I don't understand people. Someone on the highway... I was driving kind of slow, but like it didn't matter because there was nowhere to go in front of me. They swerved 2 lanes over to the right, like they were tailgating me. Then they swerved 2 lanes over to the right, then they swerved 2 lanes back to get in front of me. And then they swerved 1 lane over to the left because that was the far left lane. And then I ended up getting further than them because, I don't know, man, there's no foresight in some people. They just want to get in front of you for the sake of getting in front of you. But then there's nowhere actually to go. Wow. This is a very interesting podcast video. I don't know if I should ever do this again or if I should only do this again. This is either going to be the best podcast I've ever done or the worst one. Sometimes this is a problem I have. Sometimes you gotta just say F it and you do something, and it either works or it doesn't, but at least you tried. And I always play it safe, and I don't say F it, and I just go with what I know kind of works, but I don't know it's gonna be a hit, you know? Like, there's no way. I was joking kind of about the 10K crew video. I mean, I know it's gonna be funny and people are gonna watch it because it's a milestone special, but it's not gonna be something that like suddenly catapults me to #1 on the charts. I really hope it doesn't either, because that would be embarrassing. But it's not something that's gonna actually gain me 10,000 subscribers. I would have to do something like a circle challenge. I would need to be in a circle. I'm a big proponent of like catalysts in life and things that push the envelope. I only speak in idioms, and that's not it, Chief. I gotta push more the envelope as I go forward. So yeah, we're about here at work. I figured out it takes 45 minutes to get to work, so that is good time for a podcast. I could theoretically do this every day. I could do it twice a day. I could have 2 podcasts every day, and no one would listen to them because that would be so terrible. What would I even talk about? I need to have different segments on this podcast. Oh my gosh. See, this is kind of pushing the envelope, but not really, because I had wanted to do this for a long time, to make a podcast in a car, because then I can get home and I don't feel like I immediately, when I record my other podcast, I'm like, all right, gotta edit this and put it up as soon as possible, ASAP Rocky. And it doesn't make any sense because there's no rush. But now I have the audio file. I can go home. I could put random intro. I could put an intro song. I know how to make an intro song. I could put random stuff. The possibilities are endless. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me, boys. Hope you liked it. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. Let me know if you ever want to hear another CarCast. CarCast. That's a name. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Don't forget to spay your pets.